Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're asking something, well, pretty fundamental. Are we really living, or are we maybe just performing? It's this idea that often without even realizing it, we're kind of like actors. We put on these masks, play these roles society expects, or maybe roles we expect of ourselves.
Maybe there's that little voice inside, right? That quiet whisper saying, hang on, this isn't really me.
Exactly. That's the feeling.
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to explore some really profound then ideas, and there's this fantastic story, too, that really makes you question identity.
Okay.
Our goal really is to cut through some of that confusion, to figure out what it means to step behind those roles and find something more authentic. Think of this as a shortcut to getting truly well-informed about, well, unmasking yourself.
I like that, a shortcut. We're definitely going to unpack some surprising ideas, maybe challenge some assumptions about what holds us back from, living for real, and find some practical ways to break free. Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
So this whole idea often starts with a really powerful image, doesn't it? The mask.
Yes, the mask.
There's this story of a young seeker, someone who on the surface had it all, success, stuff, but inside just felt empty.
Right, a common feeling, sadly.
So he goes to his Zen master looking for answers. And the master's response is, well, it's classic Zen, I suppose, unexpected.
It really is. He doesn't give him advice, not directly. He just hands the seeker a mirror. Simple as that.
The mirror, okay.
And then he asks this incredible question. You see your reflection every day, but have you ever seen your true face, the one before you were born?
Wow. Okay, stop right there. Your true face before you were born. That's a lot to take in.
It is, and it's not just poetry, It's pointing directly at this core confusion. We look in the mirror, we see the mask, the reflection, and we think, that's me.
Right, that's who I am.
But the master's saying, no, that's just the reflection. That's the mask. We mistake the performance for the person. It's like seeing a wave and thinking the wave is the ocean instead of just, what the ocean is doing right now.
So the suggestion is we aren't living authentically because we're caught up in that surface image.
Exactly. We're stuck looking at the reflection, believing it's the real thing. That's the illusion.
So that phrase, your true face before you were born, what do you think that's getting at about how we usually see ourselves?
Well, it digs right into what these masks and reflections are. They're our identities, right? The things we cling to.
Like our jobs, our names.
Our jobs, our status, our achievements, our relationships, even our failures sometimes. We think, I'm a doctor, I'm a parent, I am successful, or I am anxious.
We define ourselves by these things.
Totally. But the Zen perspective says these are just costumes, temporary roles we're playing. Necessary sometimes, maybe, but still just costumes, not the essence.
It's so easy to do, though. I mean, how do you introduce yourself? Usually with your name and what you do.
Of course, it's practical shorthand.
But we get attached. We think that is us. So what does this deep attachment mean? How does it trap us?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Zen talks about how what we call you or me is often just this bundle, a bundle of thoughts, habits, conditioning, memories. Basically, it's a story.
A story we tell ourselves.
A story we tell ourselves, exactly.
Yeah.
And we constantly reinforce it. There's that famous line, form is emptiness, emptiness is form.
Okay, break that down a bit. That sounds paradoxical.
It does, but think of it like this. The form is the solid-seeming your job, your personality, your body. It appears solid.
But Zen says it's actually empty of any inherent fixed independent self. Like that way, again, it has form, but it's just water, constantly changing, empty of being separate from the ocean.
So our identity isn't fixed. It's fluid. Precisely. It's made up of all these transient parts.
Yeah.
And the flip side, emptiness is form, means that this very ground of being, this emptiness, is where all these forms arise from. Clinging too tightly to one specific story, one form of you, that's what stops us from being free. We get stuck in the costume. Alan Watts put it beautifully, didn't he? He said something like, you are under the illusion that you are a separate ego.
But you are simply the universe looking at itself. Yeah, I remember that. Powerful stuff.
Really powerful. It challenges that core feeling of being separate.
It absolutely does. But that feeling of I is so strong for most of us. How do you square that everyday experience with this idea of emptiness or being the universe? It feels like a huge leap.
It is a huge leap.
Mhm.
And it starts not by denying the feeling of I, but by questioning the story we attach to it.
Yeah.
Recognizing the illusion is key.
Okay.
And maybe to make this more concrete, less abstract, we can look at another story. A completely different vibe, but deeply connected. It really shows what acting on letting go looks like.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
So picture this monk on a journey. He's traveling, and he comes across this really poor farmer and his wife. Tiny little hut, falling apart, basically.
Really basic existence.
Extremely basic. And their entire livelihood, their only real asset, was this one old cow.
Just one cow.
Yeah, it gave them just enough milk. They'd make a bit of cheese, maybe trade some, get some stale bread, just enough to survive. That cow was their security blanket, their whole world, really.
Wow. Okay. Dependent on this one animal.
Totally. So the monk stays the night, they offer him what little they have, and the next morning he gives them some advice. And it's brutal.
What did he say?
He looked them right in the eye and said, "You should kill the cow as soon as possible."
Kill the cow. Their only means of survival? That sounds insane.
Right. Imagine their shock. It's their lifeline. But, they had immense respect for monks, so reluctantly, trusting his wisdom somehow, they did it. They killed the cow.
Wow. That takes some serious trust. Or desperation, maybe.
Probably a bit of both. It feels really harsh, doesn't it? Taking away the one thing keeping them afloat.
It does. But I have a feeling there's more to it.
There is. Fast forward a year. The same monk is traveling that way again. He goes back to check on them, maybe feeling a little concerned. Who knows?
Is the hut still there?
No. Where the ramshackle hut stood, there was now a nice little farm. Small, but clean, looked pretty prosperous. A few cows, some pigs, chickens running around, even a proper barn. A complete transformation.
Whoa. Seriously, in just a year. How?
Well, the farmer sees the monk and rushes out, totally thrilled to see him. He explains everything. After they killed the cow, they had to do something. They took the meat to the market to sell what they couldn't eat.
Okay, makes sense.
And at the market, he said, he met new people and new occasions. He started trading, learned new skills, found opportunities he never would have looked for while the cow just kept them passively surviving.
I see where this is going.
And the farmer's big realization, the punchline, if you like, was this. He told the monk, "The poor old cow allowed us to survive somehow. But now," he said, "now we are finally living for real."
Finally living for real. That phrase again. Wow. So losing the thing they thought they couldn't live without actually forced them to live.
That's exactly it. It pushed them out of their very, very limited comfort zone. The cow represented survival, yes, but also stagnation. It prevented them from seeking anything more.
So for you listening, how does that connect? The story of letting go of the cow, their only security. How does that relate back to the masks, the identities we cling to?
It's the same principle, isn't it? The mask, the identity, the job, the story. It can feel like our security, our survival mechanism, like the cow. It allows us to function, to survive socially or psychologically.
But might also be holding us back from living for real.
Exactly. It keeps us penned in. So the bridge between the mirror and the cow is this idea of waking up. It's not about violently destroying the mask or, quitting your job and abandoning your family tomorrow.
Right? That's probably not the answer for most people.
Probably not. It's about realizing it's just a mask, seeing through the illusion, recognizing the role is just a role, not the entirety of you. When you see that clearly,
Yeah.
that's when you can breathe. That's when you can laugh authentically. That's when you feel truly free, even while playing the role.
So it's about the inner recognition, not necessarily changing the outer circumstances immediately.
That's the core of it. It's why Zen masters keep asking that relentless question, who are you? Not because they expect a neat little answer like, I'm Bob, the accountant.
No, they want to shatter those easy answers.
Exactly. To break the chains of false answers, as the text puts it, to shake you out of the performance and into just being present.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's about seeing the costume for what it is, not necessarily throwing it away. But, okay, this still feels quite big, quite philosophical. How do we actually start doing this day to day? What are some practical Zen steps to start living more authentically, to see that face before you were born?
Yes, the practical side, crucial. And there's some really straightforward things you can try. The first one, maybe the most fundamental, is simply to sit in silence.
Meditation.
It can be formal meditation, sure, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be stopping for a few moments each day. Turning off the phone, Closing your eyes, disengaging from the constant thinking, planning, worrying.
Just pausing the inner monologue.
Exactly. When you stop actively chasing an identity, stop performing, stop trying to figure out who you are or should be,
Yeah.
even for a minute, you create a space. And in that space, that quietness, you might just glimpse something more fundamental. Your original face, your authentic presence. Clarity often arises from stillness.
Okay, finding moments of silence, that sounds doable. What's next?
Second step, notice the masks actively. Become a curious observer of your own life.
Like watching yourself.
Sort of, yeah. Notice the different roles you step into. How you are at work, how you are with your parents, your partner, your kids, the checkout person. See the shifts in tone, in behavior.
Acknowledge them.
Acknowledge them? Absolutely. See their function. But the crucial part, don't confuse them with who you are. Remind yourself, okay, I'm playing the efficient professional right now, or now I'm the caring parent. But you are the awareness behind all those roles. You're the actor, aware they're on stage.
Maintaining that inner distance, that awareness.
Yeah.
Got it. And the third step?
The third one ties it all together. Return to presence. This is key. Where does your real self actually exist?
Not in the past, presumably.
Not in memories of the past, no. And not in fantasies or plans about the future. The only place your actual non-story self exists is right here, right now, this very moment.
Okay. So how do we return?
Consciously bring yourself back. Feel your breath going in and out. Notice the sounds around you without labeling them. Feel your feet on the floor. Engage fully with whatever's right in front of you, washing the dishes, talking to someone, just sitting. That direct experience is authenticity. It's the raw reality, unfiltered by the stories.
Silence, noticing the masks, and returning to the present moment. Simple concepts, but probably takes practice.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lifelong practice, not a quick fix. But even starting is transformative.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, we've gone from that puzzling mirror question through the rather stark lesson of the poor cow to these really tangible steps. It feels like less of a journey to somewhere and more a journey into where we already are.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Because really the whole reason you might feel you're not living for real is simply because you've forgotten who you truly are. You got caught up in the story.
We forget.
We forget. But Zen, at its heart, is just this constant, gentle invitation to remember. Remember. You are not the mask. You're not the reflection in the mirror. You're not the performance. You are the awareness that's watching it all. You're the consciousness experiencing this moment. You are, in that sense, Alan Watts meant, the universe playing the intricate, fascinating role of you.
So the final thought for you, the listener, building on all this. If reality, the real you, has actually been here all along, just waiting for you to wake up to it, what might you choose to let go of today? What cow, however comforting or familiar, might be keeping you just surviving instead of truly living? What mask could you start to see through right now? What would it look like, feel like, to consciously let go just a little and step into the reality that's always been here, waiting? Something to ponder until our next deep dive.
Thank you for being here with us at Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you